Hello, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk about a really cool topic today, which is timelines, collapsing and shifting timelines. And what inspired this little piece is I was just chatting with a client about it. She's doing my Journey to Your Records program, which is learning how to access your Akashic records and become a certified practitioner in helping others access their own records. And she wanted to know more about timelines. How do you shift them? How do you collapse them? How do you change them? What I am going to talk about here is going to be, in my opinion, different than what I think a lot of people are saying around timelines. Because, again, I come from a place where what I have learned on my journey is that everything that we are meant to experience here, including ascension, is supposed to be done here. It's supposed to be done in the heart space. It's supposed to be done through presence. And this piece of shifting and collapsing timelines is no different. Let's start with this. You can think of your experience here as we are a soul having a human experience. And part of that human experience is being in your ego, right? Is being in the mind, is living in this structured world. Being in the ego means being separate from others, from other things. It means being part of a structured system, right? Because the ego, the mind, works in a linear way. Time is a structure that we have created through the ego. Time actually isn't a thing. And you'll notice because when you become really present in something, it's like time doesn't exist. That's because it doesn't when we are fully present. And being in our ego is what separates you from everything else. You might hear this saying sometimes of like, there are unlimited potentials. And this is true. There are unlimited potentials in the field, in the energetic field. What separates you from tapping into all of those unlimited potentials is your ego. Your ego is what creates the world of form. Your ego is what creates the separation. And so when it comes to collapsing timelines, when it comes to shifting out of something, you do this through presence. Because when you are present, the ego actually can't exist. When you are fully present in your body, in your experience, not here, fully present. And I know you've probably had these experiences where it's like, the ego can't exist. That's how timelines are broken down. Because here's the other thing. When you are present, you have so much more space to be able to choose. And so when you think about shifting a timeline, you shift out of a specific timeline. If it's something that you don't like, maybe it's an experience you're having, maybe it's a pattern you're stuck in, maybe it's a path that you're on, maybe it's a situation you're in, a relationship that you continue to call into your life. When you think about shifting out of that timeline, out of that experience, you do this through awareness, space, and a new choice. And guess what is needed in all of those pieces? Presence. And so when it comes to shifting a timeline, collapsing a timeline, you do this through building awareness, creating space, because it is within space that we have more of an ability, more of a bandwidth to be able to choose differently. When we are reacting, we are in the same pattern. This is why we get stuck. We are in the same cycle. We are in the same timeline. When we build awareness and we slow down and we become present and we make a new choice, this is learning how to respond. And this is learning how to shift into a new timeline, a new space, a new potential.
Hello, my friends. I want to take a moment to interrupt this episode so I can fill you in on how you can work with me if you're needing deeper support. I am so excited to announce I have recently launched Empowered Awakening, a 12-month intimate mentorship circle for the woman who is awakening and longs for more. for the woman who is ready to embody her truth, reclaim her power, and deepen into her soul's highest expression. I created this offering with so much love and care and a deep trust that the woman who knows it's for her will know and will trust this knowing. We start on October 21st. Doors are now open for enrollment. Message me directly for more information. I also offer my one-to-one deep dive soul coaching for the woman who is ready to go deep and move through anything and everything blocking you from receiving what it is you truly desire in your life. My soul coaching is so near and dear to my heart. Truly, it's the first thing I ever began offering my clients, because the signature process I use to support you in these sessions is first one that I had to learn within myself on my own journey, and it has brought me such deeper clarity, healing, and freedom. Lastly, I offer my one-to-one readings with your choice of an Akashic Record soul reading or an intuitive guidance session with Spirit. These intimate sessions are designed to help you receive deeper clarity on big pieces in your life. My soul readings are a deep dive into your soul journey where you can receive information around karmic lessons, your soul purpose, past lives, your soul contracts. And my intuitive guidance sessions with Spirit allow you to connect deeper with your spirit team for information with more current pieces on your path. It's such an honor to support you deeper on your journey. You can find all of my offerings and freebies at my website, www.rootsoflovecoaching.ca. And to reach me directly, email me or message me on my Instagram at christina.soulempowered. Now let's get back to this juicy episode.
Because here's the other thing is when you become fully present, the linear breaks down, the structure breaks down, everything that's separating you from all the potentials breaks down. When you become present, you become fully open to the unlimited potentials. And that is where the timelines begin to shift. That's where things begin to collapse. That's where things begin to change. This is where all of a sudden you can be like, oh my God, I'm here in this now. Years ago, I would have prayed for this. Or all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, I'm not making that same decision. I'm not doing that same thing. I'm not subscribing to that same behavior, that same energy, that same pattern. That is indicating a shift in a timeline. That is indicating that you are in a new reality. And how did you do that? You didn't do that by chance. You did that through work, the inner work, building awareness, creating the space, becoming present, and choosing differently. Reflect on this in your life when you've had those moments where you're like, holy shit, I'm in a new space. How did I get here? You shifted. You're in a new reality. You've collapsed the old and you're in a new timeline. That's what it means. The only thing, I'm not even a fan of the word timeline because it's such an ego thing, right? You're in a new reality. You're in a new potential. You're in a new energy. And one last thing I want to say about this is sometimes you will find there will be this ebb and flow, back and forth feeling that you have of what was to what is becoming. You could think of this as when it comes to timelines, like you're on a freeway and you're kind of shifting in and out of the old lane into the new lane, into the old lane, into the new lane. That's actually a really important place to be, the messy middle. Right? Because it's in that energy where you are practicing coming into a new reality. And this is where I'm not always a big fan of like quantum shifts, because to me, quantum shifts don't happen out of nowhere. There is that messy middle. Maybe we just don't realize that we're in it. The quantum shift occurs where all of a sudden we're like, whoa, I'm experiencing this new thing. Well, in my opinion, it doesn't just happen out of nowhere. There is that messy middle. There is that space and time where we are going back and forth, shifting in and out of the old lane into the new lane. So use this in your life. Tell me how it feels. Tell me if it resonates. Let me know if you have questions. And if you want to go deeper with this is beautiful work that we can do in many different ways in some of my offerings. One, the Akashic Records soul readings that I provide, where you can understand more around your soul patterns, your soul cycles, the things that you're stuck in, why they are occurring. It's not the first time it will have occurred. You will have had other soul experiences because we move in patterns. We experience in patterns. Two, this is beautiful work we can dig into my Journey to Your Records certification program, where you learn how to connect to your Akashic Records as well as become a certified practitioner for others in connecting to their records. And lastly, this is beautiful work that we're going to be exploring in my newest offering. I'm so excited, Empowered Awakening. This is a 12-month intimate mentorship container for women who are on the path, that know they're meant for more, that are opening up to their gifts, opening up to their pain, their power, their purpose. And you're ready to really dig in. We start next month, October 21st. Let me know if you need support with anything. Thank you for being here, and let me know how this resonates. As well, don't forget to subscribe so that you receive more of my videos. Bye.